night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're calling them wrong. Hey, it's too late to try to go contain it. A generation fueled by creation. We live lives on a small screen nation. We control the airwaves, no negotiation. I refuse to think we need saving. Something good will come from creation. And when we think that the world is too anxious, we'll adapt, evolve, survive, and save it. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're causing them wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're causing them wrong. Hey, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're causing them wrong. You got me like, oh yeah. I think that we've all had enough. Sick of dealing with the old plan. They know that we're causing them wrong.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me, yeah.
Turn on your mind now, tune into the feed. We're planting digital flowers from a single tiny seed. Yeah, power to the collective in the data and the soul. The hive mind's getting louder, finding voice and control.
What is going on, Hive? How's everybody doing? Got caught a little bit off guard there because I can't remember every intro that I use, which one has the Joker and the Welcome to the Freak Show. But I got the audio coming in loud and clear. My voice is hurting today. I'll tell you that much. My throat is really, really sore. So if I'm a little bit quiet, I apologize. I got my mic turned up a little bit. Super excited for this stream, and I have this theme of news story. And when I say I'm not going to say the next part lightly, it's that this case is effing exploding into a different universe as far as corruption goes. And when you come into contact with somebody who's actually still believes the official story, full on mouth breathing NPC zombie, mainstream disciple, just nodding along. Yep. I believe the overlords at MSNBC, CNN, Fox News. He left the knife sheath, bro. But the DNA. I can't continue to have that conversation. So my goal for this stream is to actually start to figure out, well, what is the news story of the Idaho 4? We have so many documents. We have so much footage. We have so much audio. We have so many interviews. What's the news story? Does anybody have a good idea? Because the fact that there's not a single theory that is really, or like an alternate timeline that's really starting to gain traction consistently, is almost just as weird as the timeline that they put out. Would you guys agree with that? Because how is it that nobody can tell you exactly how this went down? They drove these cars, they entered through this door. This is the reason. These are the weapons. Here's what they did after the fact. This is why it was covered up. And I believe that this could be incompetence to an extent. And then I also start to think there is a lot of skill that went into this. Because if they were truly incompetent, we would have had this figured out so long ago, so quickly, so easily, because of a little timeline discrepancy, or the dog barking or not barking, or whose blood is that? Whose DNA? Did they sleep through the quadruple homicide? You know, I get on here every day and I try to not crash out over those little things that clearly they don't make sense because they were never meant to make sense. So we need a new story. And we need to look into not only these new documents, but we need to look into how can we piece together something with the evidence that we were given and have it make complete sense if you just look through a different lens at it, right? I wish I had a good analogy off the top of my head of what I mean by that, but something can mean the same thing once you shift your mindset. And that's what I think we need to do. The little details that you can look at and say, okay, well, what if they mean this? The narrative told us and the news told us so many times over and over and over again that this is why it happened a certain way. And it starts to cloud your ability to critically think. So that's going to be the goal of today's stream. We're going to try to come up with a story that makes more sense. I got a bunch of slides prepped for today. And if you did not hit that like button on your way in, please do. I've been referencing this QR code for the last couple of streams ever since Discord Dawn made it. So if you screenshot this right now and then you go back into your photos and then you tap the QR code, it'll open up all of the Hive's links. You'll have our Discord, you'll have our merch store, you'll get my TikTok link. And if you don't follow me on TikTok, please do. I'm almost about to have my, what do they call that? A strike fall off so I can start posting regular content on TikTok again instead of just clips. So I'm excited for that, for more of like the short form, first person type of rants about this case. But yeah, if you don't follow me on TikTok, please do. Check out the HiveMindStore.com if you have not. And I'm going to say what's up to everybody. Karmic Retribution, great to see you. UFO Dog, I'm not even going to try today. My throat is just hurting. Soul Serene Sounds, Tammy Ritter, Nurtured, Micro Dot, Growth Renewal, Okie Dokie Lisa, Aaron RD, Kathleen, Dana, Caleb, Teresa, Camshaft, Hildy Azul, Think Twice, Tammy Inxia, Jasper the Jester, good to see you. Sleuthy Kitty, Kylie, Nene, Luna, Aaron, Tammy Inxia, thank you so much for the super chat. As a reminder, any super chat over $4.99 will pop up right here. I did notice this one during my intro, so I apologize, Tammy. But thank you for the super chat. And Tammy said, I used to believe the mainstream until I discovered Devil's Advocates in the Hive. Mine changed. It's one of the best compliments that not only myself, I'm sure everybody in here can get. It's awesome to see people who have an open mind tune in and listen and, you know, have their minds changed. It's great. That's the entire purpose of this channel. What's up, Discord Dawn? Great to see you. Marissa, David, Jennifer, Mira, Robin Luis is tuning in from Australia, the Hive down under. Mama D, one of my favorite usernames of all time, UK Cheese Farmer Side Piece. Love that. User of the Oxford comma. That's a complex one. Tuning in from Nashville. How did you create that username? What made you pick that one? Now I'm curious. Kathleen. Pinor, man. 1. Suther says, so no live tonight, correct? Yep, that is correct. Mrs. Birdie and I am taking her out. We are going to an NBA game. We got reservations for a big old steak dinner, and we are having a night out in the city. So it's unfortunate that my throat hurts a little bit, but I feel like I'm on like the downhill curve of whatever I've been fighting off. So even though my throat is sore, my energy is back. I can actually hear again, but it's probably just a matter of not letting my voice rest. But yeah, we're very excited. Yeah, I'm gonna have no voice tomorrow after the basketball game. Having to talk over if we go to a bar, the loud music. Yeah, it is. We are excited. It's been a long time since we've really like fully committed to a night out. We got the dog at daycare overnight, so it'll be great. That'll be great. Now, a couple of things that I want to get into. One, so I'm not sure how many people are familiar with Dee's True Crime. I think her main platform is TikTok. I've followed her for a very long time, and her and I have had a couple of conversations back and forth in our DMs about this case. She posted something. She pointed out that she has a different take on this video. I actually don't disagree with it. Where when I slowed this down, at first I thought that when you hear, quote, he took Murphy to work is coming from somebody in the background, not Dylan. Hence why I started thinking to myself, well, what are they saying? And that's how I came up with these captions. When it's not slowed down and somebody kind of puts into your head, it could be Kaylee and Murphy were. He took Murphy to work. Kaylee and Murphy were. I just wanted to point that out because I posted a clip of this and it got a lot of traction over on TikTok. And I did see a comment that said that. So most of my stuff, I'm never claiming anything as fact, but in case people saw this, I do just want to at least make sure that I mention that. So I'm going to go ahead and play this.
Tell you anything? Tell you anything? Get much fast about it. Yeah, Mercy work. Yeah, Mercy work. Yeah, Mercy work. Yeah, Mercy work. In the main room.
This is one of the
pretty much they were in the main room. I heard them dancing and laughing. Haley went upstairs and she screamed for someone from the room. She ran downstairs.
And so I could see Kaylee and Murphy were in the main room, right? But I'll go back one more time. I really wanted to start this stream with this clip again because I think it's important to listen to what Dylan is saying. And why is she asking homeboy right here when he walks up if they told him anything? This is all very odd.
They tell you anything? Get much fast about it. Yeah, Mercy work. Yeah, Mercy work. Yeah, Mercy work. Yeah, Mercy work. In the main room.
This is one of the
pretty much they were in the main room. I heard them dancing and laughing. Haley went upstairs and she screamed for someone from the room. She ran downstairs. For someone from the room. She ran downstairs. For someone from the room. She ran downstairs. And I kept calling her name and she wouldn't answer. And then I saw the guy. I actually walked it for her. And then I ran downstairs. I actually walked it for her. And then I ran downstairs. I actually walked it for her. And then I ran downstairs. I ran downstairs. We don't know what's going on.
Tall guy, masked, about 6 foot, skinny build like a basketball player, she described. Said that he had a just full black mask, see like a ski mask at about 4. Immediately after, she yelled and said, "There's someone in the house." This girl ran, locked herself in the room. This girl ran, locked herself in the room. This girl ran, locked herself in the room. Could hear a roommate that was upstairs, Kaylee. Somehow she was able to discern that it was Kaylee screaming. They thought it was a firecracker. Okay, so it could have been a pistol involved. Okay, so it could have been a pistol involved. Okay, so it could have been a pistol involved. Start the search warrant right now. Okay. And then the last calls through, this is the timestamp. Right after it happens. So at 4:21, 4:22, 4:30, she made these phone calls immediately after the bang. Immediately after the bang. Immediately after the bang.
So one of the things that I wanted to talk about, and I didn't just start this because of the first part. I started the stream saying, let's look at things and think about what could they mean if you look at it through a different lens, right? Well, here's what I don't understand. If we're gonna listen to this, son of a, get out there. All right, so we're gonna listen to this, and there's a couple of things that really, really stand out. One, I actually locked the door and I ran downstairs. I said this before. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. Is she combining events? Is she saying, I locked my door right away, hung out for a little bit, called everybody, texted everybody, then I ran down by Bethany, right? Or given the context, what door would she have locked and ran downstairs? Now, when you get to this part right here, I'm going to play this one more time.
Immediately after, she yelled and said, "There's someone in the house."
Which, by the way, there's someone in the house. There's someone in the room. That person was already in there. So in the narrative, they're saying they must have entered and exited through the glass sliding door. Well, according to this, right after the cops get there, Kaylee said there's someone in the room. Snyder saying there's someone in the house, implying that somebody's already there. Nobody saw them enter. That's one oddity. Now, as I continue to play this, I'll stop it again here in a second because I want to point something else out.
This girl ran, locked herself in the room.
This girl ran, locked herself in the room. In my opinion, I started thinking at first, is he talking about Dylan? Because Dylan said, I locked my door and I ran downstairs. But he had said right before that, she yelled, "There's someone in the house." This girl then ran, locked herself in the room. Okay. If Dylan thought that it was Kaylee in the bathroom, my question is this. Did Dylan run downstairs right away to Bethany's room? And did Kaylee run down the stairs and lock herself in the bathroom? Because then when you listen to what Snyder is saying,
this girl ran, locked herself in the room. This girl ran, locked herself in the room. Could hear a roommate that was upstairs.
Because here it says you could hear a roommate that was upstairs. Somehow she was able to discern that it was Kaylee. Well, that doesn't make any sense if in the bathroom right across from her room is where she thought that she heard Kaylee. But it would make sense if Dylan ran downstairs right away and Kaylee also ran downstairs and locked herself in the bathroom, right? Are you guys following me? I don't know if this is what happened. I'm trying to think through it.
Kaylee. Somehow she was able to discern that it was Kaylee screaming.
So somehow she's able to discern that it was Kaylee screaming. Dylan then goes on to say, well, it wasn't like, a yell or a talk. It was just like someone's in the house, right? She totally downplayed it. And you have an officer saying she was able to discern that it was Kaylee screaming.
They thought it was a firecracker. Okay, so good.
And that one, could have been a pistol involved. I don't think that even needs discussion. But I have this next slide. The reason that's why I wanted to start with this too is I have this next slide that comes from Liana. This is in our Discord, and she had posted this a couple of days ago saying, anybody seen this floor plan before? Isn't the vacant room Dylan's? Why does it say vacant? And yeah, according to this, it would be vacant. So I don't know. I'm really starting to question who lived in what room more than I ever have. I'm not trying to cause confusion. I'm thinking out loud. They redact that part on the body cams until a few days later. I don't even know what their motive for that would be, but clearly they were hiding it initially. Yeah. Luna W says, because we were originally told Dylan was on the same floor as Bethany. What do you guys think? Well, if Kaylee locked herself in the bathroom, how did the killer get to her? I don't think she did that. Well, I agree. But again, that's where I'm talking about now the layout of the house. Because if you look at the downstairs bathroom, I think it's the downstairs bathroom, the wall plate that the door clicks into is bent. And I wish that I had that picture readily available. Have you guys in the chat, help me out? Tell me if you guys have seen that picture. And I'm not saying that that's the bathroom she ran and locked herself in, but there is a door frame where, you know, when you turn the handle and that thing goes in, and then when you release it, it goes into the frame, whatever that's called. There is a photo that looks like it was broken a little bit. Yeah, and I don't think it would be hard to get through that doorway if they had to kick it down, you know. Right, and if DM sees him go out the slider, then why didn't she run to Xana's room? How is she seeing that? Toes said, yep, they didn't come clean about Dylan's bedroom being on the second floor until Lana discovered it. Where were they originally saying it? Yeah, that is a good question. Why not Xana's room? Yeah, like the latch is the part that I'm talking about. And I should have grabbed that picture. First floor. Wasn't the downstairs bathroom missing towels and loo roll? I believe so. You know, I'm just so curious about what, you know, did the roommates start to switch rooms when they thought Kaylee was going to move out, right? I mean, there's 6 rooms in that place. Green Banana 7766. Thank you so much for the super chat. Says Happy New Year and loves to all. Thank you, Birdie, for all you do. Well, thank you so much for the super chat, Green Bananas. I appreciate you and thank you for being a part of the Hive. Kathleen says, read the PCA. It said something to the effect she originally went to sleep. And we know that PCA could be the toilet paper that's missing from the downstairs bathroom. You could wipe your ass with that PCA. Yeah, Sluther Dare says, that's what I'm going with. Everybody's playing musical rooms mid-semester. When I was in college, we did that. We moved around. At one point, I was upstairs, then I was downstairs, depending on who moved in at semester, who graduated, who, you know, found somewhere else to live. Could you get a sublet? Well, that's the thing. We can't even see the rooms when the cops show up. They redact all of the rooms, even the ones that there's not even any part of the crime actually happening. Okay, so kind of just speaking with audio and stuff, and then we'll get into kind of the meat and potatoes of the stream. Squeeze had posted this 2 days ago in our Discord and said, interesting concept that may find some answers. This is on YouTube on the channel Beautiful Dissonance. I got this pulled up. They did audio remapping. And so whenever I see stuff like this, I'm always curious to listen because after playing around with a bunch of audio myself, and then I believe we have 2 or 3 like audio engineers in the Hive that have explained how you can do this. This audio I have not listened to yet live, so I want to do that for the first time on stream. But yeah, this is Beautiful Dissonance. Go give them a like and subscribe to them. I'm going to go ahead and play this. It's just a 5-minute clip. It's from 2:25 to 2:30. Make sure the volume's up. So, there's definitely some things that sound more clear. I think the car noises sound much more accurate. I did just see another comment too about how Dylan originally was saying that Kaylee ran up the stairs because she could tell she was wearing Doc Martens. But then she doesn't know what's real or fake. I can't continue to talk about just the amount of anger that I would feel if my son or daughter was killed in that house, and that's the eyewitness star testimony of the bushy eyebrows and the timeline and all of that. I really just go to a very, very dark place if I had to listen to that. It's so bad. It's pathetic. And it's not victim shaming or victim blaming. I actually was saying, I'm like, if you disagree with that, then I just pray to God that my kids are never friends with your kids ever. Now, so I'm going to go ahead now. I'm going to play the version that I did where we had somebody in the Hive do this. It was at 2x speed. I think that the words are much more clear in mine. I'm not talking bad about the work that Beautiful Dissonance did. Like I said, I think that they got the cars more accurate. This is sped up to get the pitch right. And one of the things that I want to point out here is that, dude, I swear to God, I hear a walkie-talkie and I hear, well, I don't know. I hear what sounds like people tending to injuries. And I could be crazy. Maybe I am crazy. I don't know. But I'm going to play this again. We only listened to this once on stream. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but I'm going to play about 5 minutes of it. This should be much louder too, so you shouldn't have to have it turned up as loud. Right there. You know what? And we don't need to see this. We could just listen. I swear to God, I hear somebody say it's secured right here. And I know that audio is speculative, right? That's kind of been the whole theme of what I wanted to do today is we need to figure out a new story. Clearly, there's stuff going on. We're just listening and assuming. We need to listen and think outside the box, because going to those documents, I was shocked to see Cotter Chestnut, Showalter. Clearly, those two were very much so looked into a lot. There's such a different story that their investigation is talking about. And I think you can apply that to everything then, right? I've seen some people talking about the email that Harsh Reality got. That's definitely super interesting. I mean, you get a lot of crazy emails when you host a stream like this. I know he does too. So the fact that he chose to read that one, I would guess that a lot of the attachments and all the other stuff that he said, he at least believes it enough to put it out there and get other people's thoughts on it. So I give him credit for that, not being afraid to do so. I did have a chance to listen to it. I thought it was interesting, and it's different. And anything that's different surrounding this case, you should perk your ears up a little bit. But the most obvious thing that I hear right away at 225 is the go around. Does anybody hear anything different than that? So we're going to kind of go into a live dig on these first 5 minutes of the audio, because 225 to 230, there is a lot that happens that I think could give a lot of detail, again, of the story of what could have happened. We just have to take the time, listen carefully, think through it, talk through it, see a bunch of different, reasons as to why it might sound like this or that, and then what could that mean? Type of one, if you guys understand that, not understand it, but if you guys understand and agree that it's important, just so I can check in here. Another reason why I'm kind of doing this too, like I said, is I got a sore throat, and I think that this is allowing it to rest a little bit so that I could read your guys' comments, and we can listen into this stuff. So again, I apologize. Thank you for working with me today on this. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to start to play it again. Something secured. Right there. It's like somebody says, really? And then you hear this beep, like a walkie-talkie or like a radio beep, like a police officer beep. I swear I could be way off. I hear a beep that sounds like a radio. I hear, really? Beep. Kaylee's dead. Yeah, they're dead. It is what it is. That's what I hear. I'll put it on half speed, see if we can hear anything better, but is it Kaylee and Maddie in there? Yeah, I saw Bubbly's comment. Good to see you, Bubbly. I need to do it in reverse. The software that I have to do little chunks of it in reverse. So this was from somebody who does audio engineering as a profession, and they wanted to focus on the tone and the pitch and the cadence of the words. And I think that most of the words are more clear. But as far as some parts being reverse, I'm not sure. I wouldn't doubt it. If all these are stitched together, I would not doubt it that they could manipulate it very easily. Here, Labor Day. I said that the last time. So again, when you hear that robot, to me, that's clear that's something done to the audio. That is, I don't know how you could ever naturally have audio sound that way unmanipulated, whether it was slowed down or maybe it's extremely sped up, but it just sounds so different. And thank you, Chantel. I freaking love it here. Hashtag Hive Life. Well, thank you so much for the super chat. And same to you, Helen. I appreciate you guys both so much for that. One of the other things that's really weird too is that this microphone is not as bad as how they make it out to be in this, because all night when you look across the street and you see people when they're not manipulating it, you can hear when somebody turns the damn the damn door handle. You know what I mean? You can hear this door open, you can hear it shut, you can hear it click, so it can clearly pick up noise, and that's always been so weird to me. I don't know how else to describe this too. You know what's so weird to think about is, yeah, it does kind of sound like it's progressing the opposite way, but the words don't necessarily sound in reverse. So how could they have done that? It almost sounds like that initial shriek was, if you walked up the stairs, you heard somebody in your house. That's like that type of shriek. Like that sounded like a scared shriek, not like the initial scream that we heard right in the beginning. That's like blood curdling. This sounds more like a jump scare shriek that a girl would make. And I'm going to go back a couple of seconds because I don't know how they would do that without reversing the audio, though, like the actual words. Right there. This noise right here. See that? It almost still sounds like it echoes. Like that sounds like a bang. That happened fast. Whatever the hell that is, that happened fast. That was 0 to a million right there. You know, it's interesting when you listen to all this going on, then you got this dude who walks out of his house. Like, did this dude hear some shit? Do you know what I mean? All that's going on. This dude opens up his door. Did he hear it? And sorry, there's something playing in my headphones on a different tab. That's why I was a little bit confused right there. I had some people asking me to reverse something on this audio, so I got a 50-second clip right here. I don't know how this is going to work. Let me turn it up. So this is reverse. This is starting at 225. Let's see how this sounds. Okay, hang on. Does she have more? Yes, it sounds like they've mixed it. It sounds like I can hear some voices now going forward, and I could for sure hear other words backwards. Like in the background, listen right here. In the background, I swear to God, I hear is Kaylee upstairs. Clear as day. Clear as day, I hear is Kaylee upstairs in the background. Is Kaylee upset? Do you hear Adderall right here? I don't know. I'm just saying whatever's coming to my head. So don't take it, as fact here. I'm just thinking out loud. Has she had more? Has she had more? Whoa. Okay, so there might be something there to reversing more of this. Unfortunately, it takes forever to process. I'll play that through one more time. I'm going to turn it down just a little bit. Let's see if I have any audio tools on here. If we enhance the voice, maybe that'll help. Give it a little second. I mean, I know that we dissect a bunch of audio. And like I said today, I appreciate you guys working with me with my throat hurting. So this is nice to be able to just sit here and listen. I don't know how you can't hear this and think the timeline is so much longer than what they're telling us. There's certainly an escalation. I'm turning on transcripts right now. All right, I got these. Oh shoot! Damn it! The captions thing went away. All right, play it one more time. I'll go back to this while it's transcribing it. You know, somebody brought up a good point about slowing down this video, and I think the captions should be. I don't get why this takes so long to put freaking captions on it, dude. It's so frustrating. Why does this take so long? History. It's just, I don't understand how it could be that hard. And I will slow this one down. So this is in reverse. Okay. Now, dude, I can't make anything out when it's slower. So let's finish watching this. So I think that I've said this before, but I believe that this is the black. I'm fairly positive. Obviously, this is the black truck that you then see go by the Banfield body cam at 301 or whenever it is, right? And then Linda Lane footage cuts out on the dumpster cam, so you won't be able to see it. I go back to that Facebook comment where that guy said that they were filming a time lapse for a video project and that he saw a girl run out the side of the house and get into the black truck. I'm like, was the black truck behind the house and did somebody run out and run up into that truck? And you can kind of see the headlights. You know, if I put this full screen, you can kind of see the headlights right over here. It's like you could almost hear a guy's voice in that too. So I got a couple other things. One, I'm sure people do know about this. If you don't, I was asking my mods about this. So obviously, right, there's this house right here. You see the cars, they're all passing right by that go behind the Shark Tank house. Or if you see them on the band field, right, then you see them on the dumpster cam right here. Here's the dumpster on Linda Lane. Now, on this house right here, I was going back. This is like 1260 Walenta. And if you look there, look at this camera here. That's what we need to get. And this was taken in October of 2022. So that was there a month before. And that is right here at this house. And I'd be curious if you look at the distance, right, from 111 or from 1122, obviously 1112 is much closer. But I'd be curious if this gets anything more on the backside in this parking lot. Does that pick up any audio right over here? Or do we see anybody, that is staging in a car to get people to, if you remember, Brian Enton posted a video where there's like this path that comes right up here. He walked it. So I'm not sure if people have seen that, but that would be something interesting as well to try and get. Now, tinfoil hat conspiracy of the day. I'm going to try to get back to these. This was when Facebook secretly manipulated the emotions of approximately 700,000 people to see if it could make them depressed. This is real. They did no ads. They tested button colors. They had emotional engineers, and this was done in 2012. It's now referred to as the emotional contagion experiment. They tweaked people's news feeds. They suppressed all of the positive posts for some users. And then they measured whether users became sad, angry, or withdrawn. They did this all with no consent, no warning. Some users were minors. And they published the results in an academic journal like This Is Normal. And I just go back to these algorithms, and these completely reflect the mood that you're in. Now, they wanted to test and see, could they induce it? To think that this was done in 2012 and they never did it again, I mean, that's only 14 years ago now, right? That's pretty insane. It's very insane. It's just ridiculous. Guys, I'm gonna end the stream. I've been fighting to get through this one, so I apologize. I know my energy's low. My throat is on fire. So I will be back on tomorrow, assuming my throat gets any better. Stay tuned because I know what is tomorrow, Saturday. I kind of go live randomly on Saturdays, but if I don't go live tomorrow, Sunday at 7 p.m., I will be back on again. If I didn't have a sore throat, I would be completely crashing out on Nick in the chat. So Nick, feel free to come back Sunday evening. Would love to see you again in the chat. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Cheers.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life.